Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the latest gaming book I have looked at. Let me get in there. This is the Slayer's Guide to Giants from Mongoose Publishing. This is part of their Slayer's Guide series. I own a number of them. I should dig out the ones I've got and do reviews on those as well. I should also see if I have any duplicates, because I just discovered recently that there's a hardcover bound edition of a number of these Slayer guides available, and I've got one on order. In fact, it may well be at my father's house as we speak, or as I speak. And I really like the Slayer's books. I think it does a nice job of going in depth on a single related group of creatures. Giants are a subcategory, really. And this does an excellent job. And one of the things I like about this particular book is that while the crunch is there, and I like the crunch, I've mentioned this many times before, the fluff on this is also very good. The descriptive flavor text is very good, and I can see it being highly applicable to game systems other than D20. This is 3.5, my system of choice for D&D, and I think that it does an admirable job as a D20 product, but I still think it can be used by other people if you can get this relatively cheaply. I believe it's available on Amazon for something like $6 or $8 or something like that, a used copy. So you could dip your toes into this if you wanted to, and not have to spend a lot of money to do so. It does a nice job of covering all the bases, covering the traditional giants, the hill giants, stone giants, fire, frost, cloud. Storm giants. I don't think they actually do clouds. They may do clouds. They may kind of roll the clouds and the storm giants into the same. They also do some of the Middle Eastern, the Nephilim and the Anakim, which is from the desert traditions that are part of the Christian Bible, which I thought was kind of interesting. And it's nice to see a desert-themed, both full-blood giants, and then the Anakim, which are kind of half-breeds with humans, very tall. Think along the lines of Goliath. I think there was another biblical reference, but I can't remember that. He was a king, and I can't remember his name. I'm not Christian, so don't fault me. And they do a nice job of explaining backgrounds, of giving a lot of depth about how these particular different groups of giants handle combat. And a couple of the entries have round by round, like this is what they'll try to do the first round, this is what they'll try to do the second round, so you have an idea of how these giants think tactically and strategically, which I thought was nice. There's also of course there's prestige classes. There are some few spells in there, some magic items, there's some mundane equipment. There's hobnailed boots, which I thought was particularly useful because for a person that's, say, large or huge, a hobnailed boot is a very effective weapon against people who are medium and small. I had never really considered it, and this book brought that to my attention. They also had a feat in here which, if taken, allows you to ignore the shield bonus of someone because you're bringing your weapon directly down on top of their head, which is an excellent use of the fact that you are large or bigger, and your opponents are almost always going to be medium and small. You've got that big old war club of a hill giant, and he's got that feat. He's coming right down on top of that knight's head, and the guy's got that wonderful shiny shield, which is going to do no good to him at all. I really like that. Now, I didn't get a great deal on this. I picked this up for $15, but it was new. It wasn't used. They were trying to get rid of it. And the artwork in here is pretty decent. I didn't find anything that was really horrible. So, I mean, as far as that goes, I was kind of happy with it. I definitely enjoyed this one. I think this may be the Slayer's Guide that I like the best of all the ones that I've looked at. Again, I need to look through my collection, which is, unfortunately, somewhat disorganized. Okay, it's completely disorganized. And dig out the other ones and give them a second look so that I maybe can present them to people and find out if I have any duplicates from the new book I have coming. I also have, yesterday I got a gift certificate for Christmas for Barnes & Noble, and I found a copy of a game called Death Stalker, which is a horror fantasy, a system of its own right, and it was for $16, and it's a 500-page book, so I can't wait. Single standalone game. I've never seen the system before, so it should be a fun read, and it's nice to get something out of the ordinary. So definitely, if you are interested in Giants and the D20 system in general, and you like Mongoose Publications, and I think that a lot of Mongoose Publications have more hits than they have misses, definitely take a look at this game and order a copy cheap used.